Good morning, guys. Morning. It's 9:30 at the moment. I'd like to greet everybody. Welcome to Quick Trade's trading room session. Good to be with you guys. Hope you I hope you guys had a good evening's rest and that you're ready to get into the markets. Just a couple of notes here before we continue. Quick Trade is a licensed financial service provider, guys. Don't forget that we are also a licensed over-the-counter derivatives provider. Is everybody all right? Everybody cool? Everybody had a good evening? All right, wonderful. Also, guys, remember that the trading support department facilitates the trading room. Our office hours there is from 8 a.m. Between 8 a.m. and 4:30. That's Mondays to Fridays. I'm just allowing a few more guys to get online or to come online. All right, just give me 1 sec. Good morning. Solly, good morning. Lorenzo, good morning. It's a brilliant day. I agree with you. Anya, Isabel, Mintimer, good morning. Crispin, Etienne, Fani, Henny, Gift, Japi, Jay, Ken, Lorenzo, Lofuno, morning Bayers, Marcel, Marsha, Isachua, I got you there, wonderful. Oleseni, Nathan, Olabeletse, Pimo, Pila. All right, I have a Quick Trade trading room as well. Really Shaba, Raymond, Sam, Sephora, beautiful. It's good to see all the guys coming on. Is anyone brand new that's joining me for the first time? Please let me know. I'd like to welcome you to our community. And then also remember, lastly, a cutoff for withdrawals, guys, Mondays to Fridays. That is at 1500 hours. And on Saturdays, we have a cutoff there at 9 a.m. All right. And then your phases, your breakout, your movement, and your accumulation phase. As I mentioned to the guys, you know, this is going to differ from person to person. There's some guys, they call it something else. Some call it expansion phases or contraction phases. It's not so much about the term you use. It's about identifying what that looks like. And that's the point of me putting it there or placing it there. Another thing to remember, this is an uptrend here that's showing the phases. But what's very important is that you also get a downtrend that looks obviously the same in terms of phases. It's just moving down. That's the only difference. All right, that's the only difference. All right, so it seems like we are good to go. Are you guys ready? Let's see if you guys are ready. Mike, Uncle Philip, Teresa, good morning. Tabo, good morning. All right, are you guys ready to push forward and to make this one count as well? I did mention to you guys that I'd like to just chat about Mr. W. Good morning. I'd like to just chat about what I showed you guys yesterday. All right, and we'll see how that goes. All right, hey Zeph, you know, yeah, it's one of those things. All right, when you're feeling it, you're feeling it. All right, are you guys ready to go? I'm ready to go. The first thing that I want us to do, guys, is just remember what is happening today. Let me ask the question. You guys are well aware of what is happening. Thanks, Zeph. You guys are well aware of what is happening today. Am I correct? Let me just make sure. Can I make sure, guys? Can you guys just pop it for me in the... Right. You guys should be able to hear me now. Am I correct? Uncle Paul is speaking. There we go. Anya, big news. Yes, interest rates, big news. All right, let's quickly go and see what time. It's after 2. It should be coming out. All right, that's after 2. I'm sure you guys can see my screen now. You should be able to. Just let me know. There we go. It's Thursday. We have GDP Q2. You can see that Japanese yen did come out positive there. We'll see if there's any filtered strength. Then we obviously have, you can see at 15 minutes after 2, this is South African time. We're seeing that we have the ECB marginal lending facility, monetary policy statement, as well as interest rate decision. They all come out at the same time. So this is like 3 results that causes some form of movement in the market. And then we also have at 14:45, 2:45 their ECB press conference. You guys know that there's been a lot of pressure with the energy in the Eurozone. And so we're going to see what actually comes of that press conference, what statements, what comments are made. We also have Fed Chair Powell speaking, and then we have Lagarde as well, or Lagarde. Either way, he's speaking at 15 minutes after 4. And then we have our crude oil inventories that happens on a weekly basis. So this is a very, very busy day in terms of volatility. Therefore, I want to utilize it to obviously do what I mentioned yesterday. It gives us an opportunity. I'm not going to necessarily mention to you guys, let's get into any trades. If there is something, I don't mind, getting into it, but it might be a very big risk to do that because it could swing either way. Thanks, Ash. Are we together? It could swing either way. And I do not want you to get caught in the wrong direction. We did see the dollar come off yesterday. This gives us an indication that there could be a challenge as it relates to dollar strength. Are we together? If I switch on my daily frame, look at this. This was yesterday. All right, this was yesterday. Look at that big correction over there. Let me just zoom in. Can you guys see it? Look at that big correction there. And so that correction might just be sustained. We could see it come down just a little bit more, guys. There is this wick here at the bottom. That's a bit of a problem. But it should not be for a very long time. As you guys see here, the same happened. It broke out. It had a retracement, and then it pushed up again. This could just be another retracement happening once again to go up. And remember, that's the daily frame there, Mr. W. But if you go to the higher time frames, all right, if you go to the higher time frames, give me 1 sec. I'm still allowing a few more guys on. All right, if you go to a higher time frame, you can see from a momentum perspective, the dollar is still really strong. And if I move back into history, we are actually at the zone over here, which is what we predicted. All right, it is what we predicted already. So it's not a surprise. We're just seeing the fundamentals is obviously just kicking in, and it is putting that fluctuation in the market. But we are still well on our way to 114 or 114 points there. All right, is everybody clear with the momentum, and then also with the detail in the shorter time frames? Let me make sure everybody's 100, and then I'm going to move on. That's the momentum, guys. If we have a weaker dollar today, all right, if we have a weaker dollar today based on what Powell says, let me just make sure you guys are with me, that we could see us moving back down here, possibly back to 109, down to this area, 109.023. All right, so everybody is with me. I'm going to move on. We're going to go and see then what is happening in the charts, but then I'm going to put some time into what I mentioned yesterday, and I'm going to show you a couple of examples that I left to run so that you can see what I mean by when we draw that apex or that center point in that cross. All right, everybody cool? I think that's a good place to pause. I think that's a good place to pause. I do see Cheryl is ready, Ash is ready, Fani is ready. We're about 67. So let's just make sure. All right. And if Powell speaks and the dollar strengthens, where will it go? Remember, we are between the 109 and the 114. All right, Anya. So we're between the 109 and 114. The word will there is not a word I would put in. The word will. Could is a much better choice. All right. It could go further up. But we are at the 109 and the 114. All right. Everybody with me there? Good. Yes. For interest's sake, the supports Ash analysis on the momentum of the DXY. Thank you very much there. EJ, thanks for that. All right. So guys, I am ready to go and check, and then I'm going to put through that little exercise for all of you guys. All right, let's go to our charts. Let's first deal with what we normally deal with, and you guys know that is the NASDAQ. That's the first one that we're going to deal with, the NASI. and we want to go and see what has happened. Are we together? We did see that dollar come down, which obviously gives us an indication that there's a possibility that there could be some strength coming into these guys. All right. There could be some strength coming into these guys. Can you guys see it? I hope you can see the NASI now. Look at that. So the 1-1, all right, 599.5. That is our take profit. Does it make sense? If you were getting into this one here. But with the dollar, and remember, we did say yesterday, this is all pro dollar. This is all pro dollar. If we are pro dollar, then we will look at it short. Does it make sense? But we need this press conference. We need this interest rate. We need this to be done over so we can see where it leaves us here. We could push up. It could be, as Roger also said this morning in our market review meeting, this specific interest rate here, Mr. W, Cheryl, Ken, it could just be a wick, all right, pushes up and then comes back down again. Are we together? So that could be a possibility, guys. That's the reason why we don't want to take chances in just entering. So we might long now. Are we together? And then that result comes out, and then he leaves us with a huge spike to the top side. It comes all the way down again. Dollar strengths, not strength. I'm sorry, I'm having a bit of a tight mouth here this morning. I'm trying to loosen up. All right, so just pardon me. All right, I'm gonna try and just speak quite a bit so that I can loosen up my mouth a bit. All right. So we might get a wick to the top side and then come down with the dollar strength if the dollar strengthens. That's the thing. So we're gonna have to wait for it. We're gonna have to see. I'm going to recommend, guys, let's just wait out with the indices. But is there someone that would like to take a trade? Is there someone that would like to take a short down to that 11,599 area that we actually spoke about? Or would you guys like to keep it, nice and conservative for now? Good morning, Punch. All right, V's out there. Punch, I know you had a birthday. I wished you yesterday. I hope you saw on YouTube. And all the guys that also had a birthday in September, I wish them all. Hope you guys having a lekker one, and hope you had a good one. All right. So the guys that are going to be conservative. Okay, beautiful. So now we've agreed now that we're going to wait on the NASI. We agreed that we're going to wait on the S&P because you guys know that they do correlate together. Am I correct? They correlate together. We agree we're going to leave them. All right. You're welcome. All right. Let's go to Dow Jones. Let's see. The same thing is happening here. And guys, I'm going to show you something very interesting with this, Mr. W, this Apex here. But I'm going to show you on my other screen. Are we together? Where I do a lot of analysis and so forth. And I keep it very, very clean. I keep it to the limit. I don't just put on a lot of windows so that you can see what I actually mean when I detail it down for you. Remember this here, this entire X here, all right, is based off a specific triangle. Who can tell me what the triangle is? Guys, I'm using techniques that is in the market. It's just I'm using them in ways that other people don't necessarily use them. Are we together? Because some guys, they are only taught certain features of a specific triangle or a pattern, etc. We together, they're only taught that one feature. So you have to go the extra mile and say, listen, this is, for example, I'm going to bring it again. I'm going to say it again. The spade, you can open a hole, you can close a hole, you can chop some wood. Please don't hit anyone with it. Are we together, everybody? So there's different things you can do with the one tool. So I'm saying to you, a symmetrical triangle can be used in different ways. It's based on a symmetrical triangle. All right, everybody? I'm going to say it again. It's a symmetrical triangle, all right, which means it could go either way. But there is something that I found, all right, over the years now, trying it, testing, etc., that assists you to understand and use it better. And I'm going to try and put that out for you here this morning. All right, everybody, 100 with me with the indices. Everybody understands what I meant with the symmetrical. I'm just trying to loosen them out a little bit here. So I'll be making a couple of jokes, maybe teasing a few guys like Ken, like, you know, his hair's growing. I can see it like mine. So I'll be teasing a few guys just so I can laugh and get the mouth loose. Yeah. I don't know. This morning, for whatever reason, there was a bit of a chill here on my side of the world. I don't know if you guys had a chill on your side, but I know you're around 12, 1 o'clock. It's you can boil an egg on the on the pavement, on the bonnet of a car. You know, that's how hot it gets. So, but this morning was a bit of a chill. My poor boy had a bit of a chill there, Mr. W. Shivering a little bit. You know, very, very strange one. But yes, all right. So let's then move on, guys, to Brent. Brent is also, guys, still at that zone of yesterday where it fell to. EJ, are you with me here? $88 a barrel. It is within what we mentioned, though. We are spot on as it relates to, our direction, our analysis. We see this from $88 to 82. It is stuck at that area. Now, guys, what concerns me about Brent here is the fact that the dollar is weakening. Are we together? Is everybody with me? There could be a possibility that the euro could push up today. Does that make sense? Because the euro USD looks a bit different. And then Brent, guys, Brent is really just sitting there like a pigeon or a bird on a fence. And we don't want to get involved in something like that. We want to see it push and just formulate. Is everybody with me here? Can I please mention this to you? I'm going to quickly share something here. Hold on. Let me just see if I can do it on this side here. Just give me a second, guys. I'm going to try and share something very, very simple with you. Are you guys ready for this? This is a very simple thing. Can you guys see my screen here? Can you guys see my screen here? Hold on for me. Let me do this. So I'm going to use this area here real quickly, guys. I have the wrong slide to create a blank one, but I'm going to show you here quickly. If something does not move, you need to find movement. Can you guys see this? Movement is what gives you an indication whether you're going to buy or whether you're going to sell. Is everybody with me? If there is no movement, guys, if price is just doing this, look at this. It's just doing this, or it's sitting at a specific place like this. So it comes down as an example. All right. And it's just sitting here. Does that make sense? There's no reason or there's no indication whether you should buy or whether you should sell. Is everybody with me here? What you're looking for is this. If price has come down, if it's come down, you need it to start forming, not sideways like this. This is not where you get it. You need this. You need highs, you need lows. Then you need it to push some more. Now look at this. Look at this. What is it creating here? What am I creating here? Can anyone tell me what am I creating? What have I just created there? I'm going to go back. I'm going to continue. Let's see what the guys are saying here. What am I creating? Higher highs. Yes, I'm creating higher highs, but look at this, Cheryl. Look at this. This is very important. That was the first high. Can you see that? That was the first high. Then it goes down. It creates a low there. Then it starts creating higher highs. And it creates higher lows here. Can you see that? Higher lows. But this is the problem. Who can tell me what the problem is here, guys? Who can actually point out a problem? Look, I'm not going to look for right or for wrong. I'm just asking who can actually point out a problem here. When is it artwork? It's art, right? Who can point out the problem here? Let's see. Direction of trend. It's still yes, it's still below this area. So are we going to long it? No, we cannot long it, guys, because this is the high. Price has to break that area there. Does that make sense for us to go and long it? Is everybody clear? Is everybody clear? Price needs to do what? It needs to break that area there. Then it creates a higher high, which tells us now we're trending up. All right. This is very important. Not going higher than the highest. Yes. So if this is the case, that's a high. This area here is now a lower high. Do you see that? That's a lower high. It must break that area, then we trend up. This is the little stuff that people miss. Does that make sense? It's small, it's little, but they miss it and then they get into the wrong direction. All right. EJ says that yes, otherwise the momentum is still down. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So can we move on? Everybody's clear with that, guys. I want to utilize this time today because of that announcement to chat about small things that's going to assist you to become a better and all-round trader. All right. So Brent is doing exactly what we mentioned there. Can you guys see what I'm talking about? Ken, it is doing exactly that. So if we're going to get in now, it can break to either side. Look at that, either side. Mr. W, big trouble if you get into a long now if it goes down. All right, so we leave that one alone. All right, WTI. You guys can see we are still at that 80.18 level. Very, very similar to Brent there. It can either go up or it can come down. Is everybody clear? So we leave this one alone as well. What I did notice about gold though, guys, gold, I'm going to gold now. I noticed gold at a very nice support, ladies and gentlemen. All right, and I really hope I can actually use gold or one of the other pairs just to do a nice demonstration. Are we together? We're going to see how it goes. But can you guys see this vertical line here? I'm going to pause for 14 seconds. I just want to make sure everybody's with me because I'm going to bring in a vertical line, all right, within the symmetrical triangle. That's going to help you understand this thing better. All right, so I'm giving guys 14 seconds and then I'm going to push on, guys. All right, I'm seeing a few guys. Guys, we're about 79 today. That's a very good number. Let's get the guys to respond. Let's see where they are so that I can move with everybody. All right, guys. It doesn't help. It's 40 of us that's together, and the other 40, we're now 80 that's online. 40 of us moving forward, and the other 40 are just laying, just behind. I don't like that. I want us all to move together. All right. The red one, yes, Jacobo. The red one, all right, that's a vertical line we're going to use within the symmetrical triangle. Always have that spade in mind. You can use it for different things, not just one. All right. USD JPY is doing the same in the shorter time frame, but the higher time frames are bullish, so unless the direction changes, for good long-term buys today. We'll check it out. All right. We'll check it out, EJ. So, guys, gold at this point, if you zoom out, you can see where it is. It's at this zone here. We've pushed above, but it's still beneath that area there. Can you guys see that? It's gone above right there at the pivot. It's pushed out, broken out, but there's a resistance area here. So, all right, we can get in for a long, but the problem is it hasn't gone above 1724. Is everybody with me? I'm not going to bring in the vertical line now. I'm just going to explain to you that it's about 54 pips away from that area there. Now you can take a risk as always, get in there, and then obviously hope that it does go up and it then scales that specific trend line very, very steeply. All right. Or you can say, listen, I'm going to wait until price closes above 1724, and then I'm going to push up from there, and I'm going to go all the for about 177 pips. That's to 1741. It's two options there. Is everybody with me? Two options there. Ken says almost a right angle triangle for me. All right. Remember, a symmetrical, it identifies higher lows and lower highs. That's a symmetrical triangle. Lower highs, higher lows. Are we together? Irrespective if it looks more right angle, irrespective if it looks like this, as an example. Look at this, everybody. Even if it looks like this, if it looks like that, that's a nice one. Even if it looks like this, even if it looks like this, does it make sense? Even if it looks like this, are we together? Even if it looks like this, as long as it has higher lows, all right, as long as it has lower highs, if you can get them in there by the shorter time frames, then it should be okay. Does that make sense, everybody? You should be able to join them because a descending triangle has a support area. Is everybody clear? An ascending triangle has a resistance area. So if you can get your higher lows and your lower highs in, it is a symmetrical triangle because it means uncertainty. All right, so I want you to look at the logic here. If it is uncertain, then how do you get certain with it? Can I ask the question again? If it speaks of uncertainty, then the next question is, all right, it's uncertain. So what do I do? How do I position myself then now if it's uncertain? Because I still want to get into the market. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong here, guys? I'll make sure. If it's an uncertain pattern, that price can break to the upside or price can break to the downside, then how do I, as a trader, get to a place where I can put together something that gives me some form of, and look at this, I'm going to use this term, confirmation. Confirmation. All right. Now, Cheryl, that word confirmation is a very nice word. Are we together? If you've paid your air ticket, confirmation is a nice word. If you've paid your accommodation, confirmation is a nice word. Does it make sense? If you've bought something on Takealot and they give you a confirmation of your order, or you went to Kauai and you got your Chipotle steak and your nice green juice there, and they give you a confirmation and they give you an app and you're allowed to track Uber Eats from your place, confirmation, fantastic. But when it comes to the markets, the word confirmation, all right, is a very dangerous word. Is everybody with me here, guys? All right. I'm seeing there, look at momentum time frames. Teresa says, wait, won't it be possible to go the other way if the dollar strengthens? It all depends on what I'm going to show you now, Lorenzo. Rather wait for a breakout of the symmetrical triangle. Yes, but once it's broken out, what do you do then? That's the thing. It's not broken out. So do you take a position or not? That's the thing. It's broken out. So what do you do now? Do you see that? Break above or below the pivot point? Yes, but you got to add some stuff. All right. Add other confluences as you have one before. Yes. All right. So we're going to go over to my other screen just, in a few minutes. Let me just finish up with gold and then we're going to push. All right, everybody. And then gold and the dollar pairs. Then we're going to go. I'm going to show you this. Is everybody clear? So gold at this point still looks, it looks bullish. It looks bullish. Dollar looks weak. We could see it moving up. Just write it down. Are we together above 1724? Maybe just write that down. Above 1724. We'll obviously do a recap on that. Gold is fairly cheaper to get into, so many guys do trade it. But remember, even although it's being cheaper in margin, especially if you're using a 1 to 500 spread account, you can overexpose yourself. And because it's a volatile security, if it goes the other way and you have too many positions in, you're going to get margin calls. You don't want margin calls. All right. Otherwise, you got to add some funds to keep or to sustain your positions and keep them open. All right. So you don't want to overexpose yourself. So write down 1724. It could go above that area. If it does go above that area, we're going to look at 1742 as a take profit. Please write that down. Ken likes gold. To wear it, to trade it. All right, above 1724 to take it to 1742. That's about 170 pips. Please let me know once you have it so that I know I can move on to the dollar pairs. And we're going to look at them now based on worst case scenario that the dollar could weaken. Where would it then possibly go to if the dollar weakens? All right, what could we then do? All right, everybody. Yesterday, we were pro dollar when we came into the trading room because the dollar was up. It was strengthening. And throughout the day, all right, it started then weakening. All right, so we are going to look at worst case scenario now, not necessarily to get in, but at least for us to know what is happening should it weaken. All right, so we start off with the USD Swiss franc. From a daily perspective, guys, you can see I have a previous area here between 96982 and 96832. Can you please write this down for me, guys? Preferably the first one. Are we together? Because a wick might not reach, all right, that one over there. That's about 82 pips away, but this one is about 67 pips away. So you can write that down, 0.96982. And I'm referring to a possible retracement because the dollar is still strong, but it seems like there could be a pullback today. Does that make sense, everybody? It seems like there could be a pullback in the dollar strength today. And if that happens, it could have an impact here with the USD Swiss franc to possibly drop down to 982. If you go to the shorter time frames here, everybody, if you look at the shorter time frames here, you can see I have that pivot point there. Can you guys see this? I started with this yesterday and I showed you guys the pivot point. Can you guys see this? It's broken and closed beneath the pivot point. And I said to you, even if it does close above, it doesn't matter. Even if it closes above, because now it's scaling this one. It's scaling it. Does it make sense? Let me just make sure everybody's with me here, guys. Just trying to get this down. So it's scaling this specific one. Don't worry, guys, this is fluctuation. That's price. Price does that. You're not going to get a perfect one where it's going to do this. Let me actually show you. Some guys want this. They want this. Come down, 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 bouncing like this. That's not, listen, that's not realistic. Does that make sense, everybody? The reality of it is price is going to do crazy stuff. Is everybody with me, guys? If we come down 96982, that's what we're looking at. But look at this point here that I mentioned. All right, you guys know that the Fibonacci is not only a retracement. You guys know the Fibonacci is an actual formula in the world. A lot of things are calculated via the Fibonacci ratio, the Fibonacci formula. Did you guys know that? Just go to YouTube, Mr. W New, go to YouTube, go somewhere, go and say, just go and Google there the Fibonacci concept, Fibonacci rule, Fibonacci calculation formula. You're going to find these documentaries on the Fibonacci. Are we together, everybody? So look at this zone here, guys, that pivot point. I told you yesterday, if we close beneath this zone here, this is the seller zone. Did I not say that to you guys? That's the seller zone. All right, let me ask the question. Did we push down after it closed beneath there? Yes or no? Did we push down? This was yesterday now. This was yesterday. We did, right? And what did I say to you guys about after it's broken down? Note the resistance here and note that resistance there. And what did I say to you? If price comes up, 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 and it pushes above like that, what do you do then? What do you do then? If it comes up and it pushed above the resistance as well as the trend line, what do? You get out. Yes. You jump off the ship like a rat. You know that saying, they say in hard times, the rats always jump first when your boat is about to sink. In this case, I want to be a rat. I want to jump. Does it make sense, everybody? That sounds bad. That sounds horrible, but it's the truth. In this specific case, you want to jump and abandon ship. Is everybody clear? All right. It's exactly. EJ, absolutely true. Absolutely true. That retest, right? So it comes, it breaks. All right. Now you know we're in the seller zone. Now some guys are going to wait. They're going to wait for this area here. They're going to say, hey, I want to see it bounce away from the zone here. Then I enter the short. Does that make sense? They're going to wait for it to bounce away from the resistance and the trend line, not just the resistance, the resistance and the trend line. That's what I said to you yesterday. I said to you, it breaks, retesting this, the trend it broke, and it's going to retest that resistance there. Does that make sense? And if it pushes away from that, the guys will enter that specific short. There's other guys that obviously they're far riskier. They'll take that short right there. They'll just take the short. Does it make sense, everybody? All right. And yes, it failed. Absolutely. Absolutely. But guys, I'm going to add something here now. I'm going to add something here on my other screen just now. So let me make sure that everybody is understanding this concept here. Because when I explain it on my other screen, you understand why this is such a powerful thing and why this is such a powerful thing at this area here and this area here. Many guys don't see that. They see break up, break down, but they don't look at this entire zone. They don't look at this entire zone. They just look at, is it going to break up? Is it going to break down? That's it. I'll say it once more. Many guys only look at that area, does it break up? Many guys look at this area, does it break down? And then they short. But they don't look at this as a zone. This is a zone. This is a zone. Cheryl? Is everybody clear? That's a zone. It is not just breaking up and breaking down. Zulu Warrior, are you cool there? All right. Ponch, you okay there? Mike, you okay there? Uncle Phil, you cool? Crispin, you cool? Got you. I got your thumbs. Could you highlight zone? I'll do it on my other screen as well, so you'll see it much better there, Jacob. All right. Let's move on. So, guys, now we know if the dollar weakens, all right, we have a possible area 96982. All right, let's move on. I'm going to do all of the I'm going to do all of the dollar pairs, and then I'm going to go to my other screen to show you guys. All right, USD CAD, guys, Brent and the dollars. Obviously, you can see it the past few days today. All right, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are we together? There is consolidation happening at this moment in time. When you do switch, you can obviously see that there is a range that's happening here. We needed to break through this range here. It's that simple. All right, this one is that simple. Look at that. It's that simple. There's no hoekies and draaikies, do they say in Afrikaans? So we're together. Wish I could say it in Zulu. I found a new app, you know, where you can actually learn for only a few minutes and then you know it. I don't know if it's true though. We'll have to see. All right, high to the top, low to the bottom. It's uncertain, but it keeps coming back into that range. Is everybody clear? So let's park this one. AUD USD, guys, if the dollar does weaken, please make a note of this, guys. 68442. Please write that down. 68442. Up there. Ash, why would you go up there? That was the breakout. That was the breakout. Guys, when there is an opposite direction, please make a note of that. When there is an opposite move to what you were predicting, always look for breakouts. Where did the breakout take place? That was the breakout candle. Does that make sense? So where the breakout candle is, price normally retraces back to that specific area. Don't forget that. That is a principle. Is everybody with me here, guys? All right, can you see there's the breakout candle there? Then we push down. Is everybody with me? If it does go back, it could go back to that zone to go and retrace. If I go to a shorter time frame, can you see how it is possible to actually go back to that zone there? Look at that, 68442. Why is that candle the breakout candle? All right, can you see this area here, Mike? Look at that big candle there. It broke out of this entire zone here. Are we together? Look at that wick there. That wick, that candle body there did not break out successfully. So always look at the close of the body. The close of the body. That close was not, or there wasn't a follow through on that specific close there. This was a very, very good follow through. Look at that. Comes down, breaks below all of those wicks over there. Let me just do this. Hold on. This area here. Can you see this area here? So this candle broke below that specific area there. Are we together? And when it broke out, what happens at a breakout? Price tends to retrace or retest the area, and then it pushes down again. You with me there? So breakout candles, these wicks mean something. Those wicks, the lows. When there's a candle that breaks and closes below the lows, it's telling about the pressure that's moving down. So if there's no candle body that closes beneath it, it means that there is not enough volume that's being pushed to the downside. So when the moment you see the close beneath there, it's telling you there's volumes for or going towards the downside. All right, so if it does retrace, if we see a weaker dollar, 0.68442. All right. Yeah, it was a very good question. I agree. Everybody clear? Can I move on, guys? NZD USD. It's not formulating enough here, ladies and gentlemen. If you go to the hour frame, just look at today's movement. We're still at 64.53. Price came up. Are we together? Yesterday. Retraced. Are we together? And we're still at the zone here. And from a daily perspective, look at that. Hasn't formulated. It's what we spoke about earlier on. We can go down, we can go up. Everybody clear? So if we were to do this, look at the symmetrical now. Look at the symmetrical. Look at the symmetrical here. All right, look at this. Has broken to the downside here. Can you guys see this? Now, I'm going to show you now what I do with this to give you a great indication of what's happening here. Try to get it in the middle, right there, in the middle. Are we still down? Yes, we are. So anything can happen from now. And it's going to make sense when I bring in this vertical line here. Just watch the vertical line. I'm slowly bringing it in. Mr. W, Mike McLean, I'm bringing in slowly as we continue to go through these things. Are we together? I don't want to just bring it like that and it's like, oh, wait, Ash, I don't get it. Is everybody with me here, guys? All right, I'm bringing it in slowly. Sorry, Ash, you also form double bottom on the daily. Is that the AUD USD? Daily on the H1. Double bottom. Are you talking about this here, EJ? Are you referring to this? Yeah, look, you know what? Yeah, if you take it on to, or if you take it to a shorter time frame, you see it more distinctly. But the only challenge is you see this here. When you put on the line chart, it should look like this. Are we together? Look at that there. That's a lower low. So do you see that? That is a lower low. So a double top, double bottom share the same support. Are we together? So always remember that. Double bottom, all right? Double top share the same support and shares the same resistance. That's a lower low there. There's a lower low. And I'm talking about the closing now, all right? The closing, not the wick. Isabel, in your triangle, are you talking about the NZD USD? This here, Isabel? Let's have a look first. All right. Let's first have a look. All right. Is everybody clear here, guys? Is 100%? Is everybody 100%? Can I go to the GBP USD? Can I go to the Euro USD and the USD JPY? That I want to show you and bring in this vertical line here. The green next to. All right, I'm gonna come back to Isabel. Just give me a sec. Let me just quickly finish off here with this one. So from a daily perspective, look at this, guys. 1.14423 is a support. If you switch to shorter time frame to see more detail, look at this. Look at that. Anything can happen here. There is also a pivot point here. Go to a shorter time frame. This is a wide movement. It's a wide movement. Ash, how do you know it's a wide movement? Because then if we put it there, look how it's traveling. Can you see that? It's not directly down. Does that make sense there, Cheryl? So you get some price, it goes straight down, and you get guys that are moving across the chart like this. So look at this pivot point here. This is still very, very bearish. It's still very bearish. Plus, it's pushing beneath that support as well. Do you see that? Are we together? Are we together? It's still very bearish here. Yes, no, I hear you. This. I'm going to show you. You use it. You use it on a shorter time frame from 1 hour down, because then it goes into the minutes. All right, from 1 hour down, because there's more data there. There's more detail. All right. Can you just make a note there, guys? Triangle from 1 hour down. If you're looking to take shorter distances and all right, everybody with me there, guys? Let me make sure. I'll pause for 14 seconds, guys. 14 seconds. It's still very bearish here, but we said we're going to hold on. We're going to wait. I'm just trying to just give you some detail, but we said we're going to wait. All right, let's just go to the Euro USD. Then I'm going to go to the USD JPY. Then I'm going to show you what's happened with some of those triangles that I did previously, and use the vertical line to show you. Euro USD. So we were looking for 97,001, but you can clearly see that that was not the case. And this is the problem, guys. If we do this and I extend you see, I'm using the 15-minute. The 15-minute is a very nice triangle to use, a nice time frame to use. You'll see why I'm doing it like this. Hold on. I'm connecting the bottom first. You see the bottom? So from the bottom, can you see that? There. Are we together? Now, if I do this and I put my vertical, you'll see why I'm putting my vertical right there and why this is such an important area here. This zone above. Can you see how obscure it looks there, Cheryl? That's still the left. There's the top side, buying zone. Mr. W, V, Mike, that's still the buying zone. That's the selling zone. There's the left-hand side. There's the right-hand side. Can you guys see that? It just looks obscure. That's price. It's never going to look perfect. Does that make sense? And what did I say to you guys just now? Whether the triangle looks like what? Like that? Whether it looks like this? Whether it looks like that? Remember, I brought in different ways the triangle might look. As long as it has the higher highs, the higher lows. You guys remember that? Please make sure that you guys are with me 100% here. All right. Because I'm going to bring in this vertical line up to the USD JPY now. At this point, we are still bullish. Now, guys, what can happen? Please understand, price can still come down like this. Is everybody with me here, guys? Is everybody with me? Price can still retrace like this. Is everybody clear? But it doesn't mean we are bearish now, because price can bounce from there. Does that make sense, everyone? All right, so please don't be fooled thinking, okay, it has to go up all the way from now. No, price doesn't have to go up all the way from there now. Price can still come and retrace till here. And that's where the shorter time frames comes. It's accumulating above. Yes, it's above the pivot point and it's above. Does it make sense? Only if it comes there. That's a different story. Does it make sense? Now you're going into a different, now you're breaking the trend line coming down. That's a different discussion. Does that make sense? But as long as we're above this zone here, we are still bullish. Does it make sense, everybody? And this is normally where you find what? You find the wicks will touch and then boom, touch and then boom, touch and then go up. Does it make sense, everyone? Is everybody clear there? V? It seems like there's a couple GBP CHF. All right, so do you guys want to check those trades? You want me to leave the vertical lines for now? You know, What would you guys like here? I can go check those trades. USD JPY is the last one. All right, 143.864. 143.864. 143.864. We still at that area there. Yeah, and you know what is so dangerous about this, because what I like about EJ said, a long-term buy. Why I agree with that is because on the longer time frames, there is so much space here. There's no area for you to draw any lower highs. Does it make sense, everybody? There's no area for you to draw anything coming down here. Does it make sense? Is everybody clear? Here we are totally bullish here. That's why I say this is, I agree 100%. Look at that. This is 100% bullish here. 143. If you push above, look at that resistance there. We need to break that though, EJ, there. Then we go to that zone there. Can you see that? So there's so much space here. There's no lower highs for us to draw the symmetrical there. Does it make sense? So what we would need price to do this. Uncle Philip, we would need price to do this, guys. That. Does it make sense, everybody? Then we can draw our symmetrical nicely, but it's still so bullish here. It's so bullish because we missed it here. This was where you would have drawn where? Your symmetrical. Does that make sense, everybody? Now, this is our long term now. This thing has just broken out completely. Completely. All right. Is everybody clear? I didn't get any. I only got two guys. Was it only Mike, Anya, Ponch? Guys, we are about 83. It cannot just be three people that's saying, giving an opinion. Should we carry on? Must I quickly go and look at Zev's trades and then we go to the pivot points? Should we do Zev's quickly? All right. That's 2. GBP CHF. All right. So that I can spend some time. All right. So let's quickly go. GBP CHF. Zev. There's grace here, man. GBP CHF, first one. Entered 1.12247. All right, my TP is 1.10873. Okay, ours is year 10873. All right, the short, it makes sense from a daily perspective. The only thing is, yesterday we were looking for price to close beneath, it didn't. All right, Zev. So please watch that. Price did not close above there. Below, and it's 22 minutes after 10. Everybody with me here, guys? Can I just say that again? It's 22 minutes after 10. So watch this very carefully. Where does the first 12-hour close? Watch it very carefully. You see that if that happens there, beautiful. Is that clear so far? Our TPs are more or less the same. 10.873. Are you with me there, Zev? If you are, let me know that I'm going to go to your other one. All right, let's go for the next one. That's NZD CAD. Yeah, so we can focus. I agree with that. NZD CAD for a short to TP 0.776. Okay, so that's the same. All right. This is the only area we need to break here. Are we together? Everybody with me? 79362. If it breaks there, Zev. Oh, good. Definitely support this one. You with me there? All right, guys. Is everybody clear so far? Everybody clear? All right. Can I move, guys? Is it okay? I'm going to pause for 14 seconds. Let me see if everybody's with me, because now we can get to these pivot points. We'll spend some time on it. One dealer wants to look at GBP AUD. All right. Let's look at GBP AUD. Let's look at GBP AUD. Is there anyone else that wants to look at something? Because I would hate to go to the pivot points and then a message comes through when we are in the midst of thing. I don't want to say to you guys, you know, we're not going to go now. So let me ask the question. Let's try and be responsible with this guy, because I really want you guys to really get this thing. It's going to just help you, you know, moving forward. GBP AUD. Ken, you can just go to your client portal. Okay. You can deposit straight from there. It's a much easier way. Wandile, long or short here, please? Long or short? Guys, should we leave the pivot points rather than for today? Because I'm getting quite a few guys that want to, they want us to look. Yes, just give me a, Wandile, give me a level. Please give me a level here. All right. So should we rather leave it for today? Guys, let me know. Because it's a few guys that want to look at other trades. So we can do that. It's not a problem. All right. So Wandile, please give me your level. We do have a level here at 1.73319. All right, the guys want to do the pivots. All right, so Wandile, let me finish off here. 1.73319. Yes. What about this one? What would you like to know? We did this yesterday. Anything specific? And whilst that's happening, let me go to EuroCAD. Cheryl, your CAD, your EuroCAD, is it a long or short? Is it a long or short? Wandile, I'll give you a couple of seconds here. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. We still see the long. There it is right there. See you, Teresa. All right. Cheryl, looking to short aggressively. EuroCAD. Okay, why? Do you think the euro is going to weaken today? From a momentum perspective, this euro could just go up. Well, look at this 1.3. So this is resistance support midway. Look at the daily. We're back in there again. Are we together? We're back in here again. We could go to 1.32494. Do you see that? Can you see that? 1.30850, and we could go back to 1.32494 if the euro strengthens. If the dollar weakens, that short might be a problem. All right. If the euro strengthens after that speeches, that's why rather leave the euro now, just until those releases are done. All right. Jacob says, get in. All right, let's go. CHF-JPY, that's for Raymond. Raymond, what do you want to do with the CHF-JPY? CHF-JPY, Raymond, what do you want to do there? All right, please give me a level there. What would you like to do? Level, level, level. You're in a long, but you got to give a level. Where are you longing it to? You're in a long, where are you longing it to? Guys, the long or the short is not enough data for the guys to see what you're doing. If you put that specific pair online, just put that level as well so the guys can see where you actually taking it to. All right. In a long, Mike is in a buy there against the Swiss franc. Guys, anything euro related, you have to be very careful today. Anything euro related, you have to be very careful. All right, Raymond, I'm still waiting for your TP here. I'm still waiting for your TP whilst I'm waiting for Raymond. Jean-P, Euro AUD. You're in a short there, Euro AUD. All right. Give it a sec, guys. I'm just getting this levels here. 147.817. Let's see. 147. Okay. That's 46 pips away. It's a short-term trade. Stop loss. Stop loss. That's for Ray. Ray. That's for Ray. Long 147.817. Stop loss is going to be tight. It's 27 Rand risk. Are we together? 27 risk. Whoa, that's very tight. 145.067. Wait, hold on. Ray, is this your stop loss? Ray, is this your stop loss? Because this is your TP. It's an obscure. You're looking to lose more here. Ray? No, but Ray, this is not a 1-to-2 ratio. It's not a 1-to-2 ratio. Well, it is from a negative perspective. Are we together? You'll lose twice as much. Does it make sense? Ray? Your stop loss is not supposed to be wider than your take profit. By default, it shouldn't be wider. You should have a tighter stop loss. Are we together? I'm actually happy I asked you for the levels because I didn't know you were catching this on. I didn't know you were catching this on, you know. So now that I know, you can no. This year. So you're going to be in a deficit for how long? Come on, Ray. I'm happy that you actually told me because now I see what you're catching on in private there. No. There's going to be a bit of a crazy one there, Ray, my friend. All right, you got to push it up. All right, get that 1-to-2 ratio. All right, got to push it up. It's very tight. It's a very tight trade. All right, you see it was emotions. I'm with you. Sure, but that was a heavy one. At least you're making my tongue nice and loose now, you know. Euro AUD is the next one. Thank you very much for that, Ray. That's just what I needed, just a dose of that. All right, Euro AUD. Euro AUD. Euro AUD. This one is still going up, guys. 1.49. And the pivot point has moved very nicely here. All right. I mean, I have no issues. 1.49129. That's where we stop. Mike, it is the Euro CHF for long. All right. Euro CHF for that long. Guys, you know what? There's a very big chance we could see a stronger euro here and a weaker dollar. Eh? Look at that. Can you guys see this? It's above in the buy zone. It's come through, not a problem. See, so it can still come down to resistance, as I mentioned. It's no issue at all. It came into the buy zone. It's in the buy zone. So it's just retracing. Are we together? It can even come all the way down here. And then it can bounce up again. It's a very big possibility. There's nothing wrong with that. It's price. It has to fluctuate. Are we together? Mike, this maybe does not look like a bad one. It's just watch the euro today. Please watch the euro. That's a very nice indication, but it's also a lot of pressure from the sellers that has pushed the price down. So we could see it coming, back down again. But it's still in the buy zone, especially in the momentum time frame. That's the nice thing. Just watch the euro today, guys. It's just because of this high impact news coming out. That's a bit of a worry. Okay. Guys, then I have one more to do here. I think I have one more to do here. No, it's done. Am I right? Am I done, guys? Yes, Anya, thank you very much. That's where I actually want to get to. Am I done? Let me just make sure, am I done, guys? I don't want to switch screens and then, we go back again. Are we 100%? Is everybody 100% here, guys? Yeah, the Euro AUD, we just finished that one now, Zef. We still said there's nothing, crazy there. We're still in the long. All right, so everybody's 100%. Can I move? Guys are saying yes. All right. We're sending the wolves after anyone that says something now. We're sending the wolves after you. Is everybody with me? We're sending the wolves after you. All right, here we go. Now, I want you to notice this, guys. I'm quickly going to deal with this, all right? Can you guys see this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's only 5 pairs here that that I did analyze. There's 2 of them that's still in play, I think. The other 2 is done. 3 of them. All right. Now, the AUD Swiss franc. We're going to do the pivot point now. The AUD Swiss franc. Let's start with this one. I'm going to zoom out. And I want you to notice what I did here. All right. So you can clearly see I drew my levels. All right. I have my pivot point here, not my pivot point, my median. Are we together? I have my resistance. Are we together? I have my support. Now, let me ask the question: was this a short or was this a long? I know it's an elementary question, but the reason why I'm asking is because I want you to understand why it was a short. So was it a short or a long? Crispin says a shot. It was a shot. A shot of what? It was a short. All right. Now, why was it a short? It was a short because we pushed below the zone here. Does it make sense, everybody? If I go to a higher time frame, can you guys see this? We broke below this area. Now look how it respected that area there. Can you see it? Is everybody clear? Look how it respected that area there. Cheryl, are you with me? Because now you're going to understand why I do the vertical line, why I put it there. All right. Now, the vertical line is this area here. Mike, are you with me? V, are you with me? When I place the vertical line there, I'm going to make this yellow. Let me make it yellow so that it stands out. Can everybody see it? I don't think you can see it like that. Can you guys see it? I don't know if you can see it. Let me make it another color. What will be bright? That's too dark, right? Or let's do this. Let's do this. Yeah, and we make it a different turquoise or aqua. Can you guys see it now? I'm sure you'll be able to see it now, right? Can you see it now? I think that's much better. All right, so the guys can see it. So look at this area here. There's still some more guys joining us. Give me a second. All right. So this vertical line, Zulu Warrior. Can you see it's not in the center 100%? Can you guys see that? So you got to move it, try to move it to the center. So how you can do that, you can move to a shorter time frame, because a shorter time frame gives you more. Look at that. It makes it possible to do it with the shorter time frame. There we go, because there's more detail there. Can you see it? You with me? That looks about all right. There we go. Can you guys see it now? It's in the center. V, can you see it there? In the center now. Now watch very carefully. When I switch to a higher time frame, it's not going to be in the center. Do you guys know why it won't be in the center? Why will it not be in the center? Bayes, I can't thicken this one, okay? I can't thicken this one because it's dotted. It's a different time frame. Yes. Are we together? It's a different time frame. This line can't go thicker. Are we together? That's why it's not in the center. Different time frame is a different chart, different candles. It's going to push that line. But if you can go on the shorter time frames and you get it in the center, it doesn't matter if you go to an hour, if you go to a 30-minute or 15, it doesn't matter. Does it make sense? It's in the center when you go to the shorter time frames. Is that clear so far, guys? Is that clear so far? So now that you understand that, let me zoom in just a little bit. Hold on. Period. I just want to take the period separator off so that you guys can see it. All right, so there's the middle of the line. Now, the top side is the buy zone. And I'm going to show it to you like this, to all the guys. I'm going to show it like this. I'm going to take this is the buy zone. All right, this is the sell zone. Can you guys see this? That's the sell zone. Now, price broke through the sell zone. Now, watch where the vertical line comes through. It's at the center, Cheryl. If you don't get this, you're going to miss it. It's at the center of those 2 points that join, right? Now, when price reaches that specific area that joins, and it is still in the sell zone, the sell is stronger. So which means you need prices or the price to close after the midway point beneath in the sell zone. I hope that's making sense. I'm going to say it again. It closed beneath. We now know it's in the sell zone. Does that make sense? But what can happen? Price can still do this. Even if it's in the sell zone, price can go from there and it can bounce up again. Does that make sense, everybody? Everybody with me? It can't do that. But what this vertical line does, it joins the pivot point. That if price now has done this, gone up, and it does this, and it stays on top after the vertical line, we are more in the buyers than we are in sellers, even although we did this. Is everybody with me here? I'm pausing right there. Let me make sure everybody has it. It's so simple. You have to confuse yourself not to know this. All right, you have to confuse yourself. I'm going to say it again. Price gets into the sell zone. Remember some time ago, I spoke about price is in a sell zone, price is in a buy zone, but it doesn't mean it's time to enter. Who remembers that? Look at all of these things that I'm mentioning to you guys that I've said before. Now you can see how it's coming together here. I didn't just say it. There's a reason for me saying stuff. And that's why I hope you guys take notes. Is everybody with me here? All right. So now look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Once more. Price comes down. It's still before the midway mark. Do you see that? And because after it broke through the midway mark, still under the sell zone, the selling pressure was more. Now that's one example. Watch the AUD, the NZD Swiss franc now. That's AUD Swiss franc, right? Look at NZD. Now let me draw that mark here as well. Hold on. Where did it break? Below, and it kept on going down. Are you guys with me here? If I zoom out, let me put on a 1 hour so you can see. Look at that. Broke below and went further down. Still in the sell zone. Are you with me there? That's 2 examples so far. Everybody with me? Can I move on to the next one? Can I go to the next example? GBP AUD. Now this one is very interesting because look at this. Look at the pivot point. It's up there, it's come down, and look at this. We have not gone over that line yet. Does that make sense? It's gone. All right, touched. Is everybody with me? Touched it. But did it break it? No, it did not. This is the buy zone here. Hold on, let me show you. This is the buy zone. Does that make sense? Everybody with me there, guys? Where's the sell zone? We are currently in the sell zone. So if we go past this area here, still in the sell zone, do you see how the selling becomes a greater area? Does it make sense? Is everybody with me? Guys, this is not, Cheryl, I repeat. Oh, thanks for the testimonials. All right, I repeat, this is not a strategy. This is price behavior. Is everybody with me? Is everybody with? This is price behavior. There's no 1 step, 2 step, do this, do. This is price behavior. I always say to you guys, look at price behavior, all right? And you will get the answers you need. Let's go to the next example. Are you guys ready? Euro GBP. Look at this guy. Buy zone. Past, we're still moving up. Look at that. If someone asks me about a strategy, this is what I do, Punch. That's what I do when I hear, what's your strategy? Is everybody with me? What's your strategy? It's like, here we go again. All right, guys, price action will lead you in direction. You can put quote, Ashley said that. Price action will lead you to direction. Finish and clear. You can use whatever indicator you want. It's all good. Do it. Add to your list. But this is price action. Is everybody with me? A symmetrical triangle, your pivot point here or your vertical line, it's now intersecting that zone there. Does it make sense? So I'm going to go back to what I said, Anya, and Anya's a good reminder. She always reminds. Why did I bring the vertical line in on a symmetrical triangle? Are you guys ready for this? Because I still need to show you the German 30 to show you what happened there. All right. Why did I bring the vertical line into the symmetrical triangle? Because when the symmetrical triangle breaks out from the top side, look at this. When it broke out here, Cheryl, are you going to buy? If it breaks out from there, remember, what does it show? It shows uncertainty, isn't it so? Is everybody clear? So it's uncertainty. So if it breaks to the upside, by default, you should be doing what? Buying. But not everybody is going to want to buy. Does it make sense? Some guys are going to still be unsure. So they say, okay, if I have another tool in place, it's uncertain, but I want to see if it goes past the finish line. Let me just call it a finish line. Once it passes the finish line, still in the buy zone, it gives me a higher probability we're still going up here. Does that make sense, everybody? If I go to the German 30, same thing happened here. Look at that. Pushed above. Are we together? Pushed above. Now look at this resistance here. Now, guys, I'm going to bring this in and I'm going to amalgamate this with what I've been saying all this time. Don't forget your resistance, your key levels to the left-hand side. Here you have a buy. Yes. Does it make sense, everybody? Here you have a buy. It reached the finish line. So from there to there was about 94 pips. Where did I get it? That side there. That side there. So you can't isolate this from that. You need to put them together, Mr. W. Does that make sense? Mike, you don't just buy it because it went past the finish line. You got to go to the left-hand side, as you normally do. Everything that I've been teaching you, see how things are leading up. See how things are coming together here. You still got to go to the left-hand side to go and see, is there a level? Yes, history repeats itself. So when you have a better indication that this has been broken, now you go to history. Now you look for history. Is there a level that I can find there? Does it make sense? And even if you do this, let's go to a fresh, let's go to Euro NZD. Look at this. So at this point, you can see that price. Hold on. Can you guys see price where it is right now? Now, from a daily perspective, are we traveling up or down? We're traveling up at this moment. Now, remember, I spoke to you about pivot points. What did I say to you guys? You got to find the levels where, look, this is a level right there. There. So this would be a TP. Does that make sense? So you're using your symmetrical to get to where? That TP there. Does that make sense, everybody? Is everybody with me here? So if we used it here, just as an example, From there to there. Watch. Mr. W, are you with me here, good sir? Can you guys see this? Now look at this. Pivot point. Can someone talk to me? Can someone talk to me here? Is everybody with me? Can someone talk to me here? Exactly. It's gone over the finish line. Sometimes you got to wait for that to happen. Is everybody clear there, guys? Exactly. Everybody clear? You guys see how the vertical line comes in and assists you to have a better understanding whether you're buying or selling? It's in the buy zone, past the finish line. Now, lastly here, as we wrap up, price can do this. Does that make sense, everybody? But what is the dominant movement here? Talk to me. What's the dominant movement here? It's bullish. Yes. Does that make sense? It's bullish. So price can do this. Does it make sense? Price can even come down till there. But we're still bullish. It's a different story. Watch now. Hey, watch now. Ash, how do I know it's now turned bearish? Ah, there's your answer. Is everybody with me, you guys? Domain asking, Ash, can this reflect on any time frames? You need to be a bit more specific with that question. I'll tell you why I'm saying that, because this is drawn on shorter time frames. All right, Domain, so that you get the higher highs, well, higher lows, and the lower highs. The pivot, exactly. It's better on the shorter time frames. Mr. W, does this make sense? All right, guys, that's 5,000 Rand for each of you. That's what the guys do out there. I hope you guys realize that's what the guys do out there. They show people this and they charge you 6,500. Here's Mahala. I hope you guys understand the value at QT. I hope you guys understand the value at QT. For the guys, you know, on YouTube as well. The guys out there will put 10,000 Rand to a technique and they'll sell it to you. You can't get it. Yeah, it's Mahala. I hope you understand the value that's in this trading room. We're not playing around. We're not playing around here. Does it make sense? We are not. This is not a game. This is people's livelihoods. We're serious about what we do. Does it make sense, everybody? It must be honored. It must be appreciated. If it's not appreciated, it's going to be boring. We'll just look for opportunities every day and it gets boring. But when we share insight for you to become better, it shows you the value that's trying to be imparted. All right, everybody? Is everybody with me? So what we do now is, guys, as we close it off, we wait for the ECB monetary policy statement, interest rates, press conference. We wait for Powell. Is everybody with me? And then we take it from there. But I'll be with you at 4 p.m. for sure. I'll be with you guys for sure at 4 p.m. And we see what happens at that specific time. Please, guys, monitor your trades. The guys that are in euros, all right? That's Mike. That's Zeph, Cheryl, all the guys that want to trade euro right now. Watch that bugger, please. Don't. Just be careful. Are we together? And even the dollar. Be careful of those two for now. Everybody clear? On. Muntimer, when is the right time to read the news? Should we? Not necessarily. Muntimer, what I can say to you is this. It's better to wait for news to die down. Let the dust settle. That's wisdom. Are we together? Can you trade it? Yes, you can. But it's wise to let it die down, and then it will continue on its way that it was. All right. All right, everybody. It's a pleasure. Most welcome, man. I'll see you guys at 4 p.m. Have a wonderful late morning, a good early afternoon. Stay safe. Enjoy the load shedding. I have at 12 o'clock. I spoke to her, so it's at least early. So the other guys that are getting in tonight, hey, sorry, man. You're welcome, Mr. W. All right, I spoke to her, and she's all right with me today, you know. She's all right. I'll see you guys at 4 p.m., you beautiful people. All the guys on YouTube, thanks so much. Double thumbs for you. Thanks for joining us here at Quick Trade in our trading room. It's been a blast this morning. Great insight, and I'll see you guys at 4 p.m. Ciao, ciao, guys.